All right, guys, thank you for joining us again. We are back right now, about to get ready for game two of our set between Payback Skorb and Payback Rush. All right, so without further ado, let's get the games underway. Three, two, one. All right, let's introduce our players for us.
All right, so in the top right-hand corner, it is our Zerg player. In the color blue is Rushers. And in the bottom right-hand corner, taking game one on Entombed Valley now, his opponent has picked Daybreak. It is our Red Terran player, Skorb. So that last game, we saw some nice play out of Skorb and Rushers. Both of them played very well. And I think Rushers just needs to be a little bit more aggressive. There were certain times when I was like, he could just kill him right now. But he didn't quite. What are your thoughts on that, SXE?
I would agree with you. I think that is simply Rushers still getting his feet wet with the Zerg race. He is, again, sort of new to the race, where Skorb has been Terran forever. So, I mean, really, that may have been the biggest difference, is just simply the comfort in when to drone, when to build what, how quickly to build what, when to attack and be aggressive as the Zerg, that kind of thing. I think that was probably the main difference, like you said. And then as the game went on and he wasn't aggressive, Skorb was able to sort of get himself comfortable and get his army composition the way he wanted it, his timings right, and then push and then sort of dictate.
Yeah, I have to agree. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. I gotta fix. Okay, we're good now. Sorry, had a little bit of a hiccup. Happens when I alt-tab out of game and then alt-tab back in. But we do see a drone scout out of Rushers right now. Very interesting to see. Simply because, yeah, it's not an Overlord scout like we would normally see.
Yeah, and it's not a map where you have to send multiple things to multiple places, because it's Daybreak and it's a two-player map. And again, he's scouting without. I mean, his spawning pool is halfway done right now. He doesn't have a hatchery. I imagine he's going to start building one any minute now. So I mean, he didn't have to maybe go all out for this scout, but he did. Okay, fair enough. He's going to block the expansion right now from Skorb for a little bit and just be annoying. Fair enough. Meanwhile, those Overlords are slowly getting over there. But yeah, right now it looks pretty standard.
Yeah, I'd have to say so. Skorb's not late on his expansion yet. He's not really late until about 3:45. That's when we're starting to get concerned. But yeah, Skorb did go gas first on this, so, and getting a quick factory. Wait, hold on. I know what he's doing. No, he's showing this to Rushers to make him think he's going Command Center first. Bro, the mind games. The mind games are happening. You can ask Skorb later. That's what he did. He's getting all tricky, and then he's gonna go Hellion. He's gonna go Cloaked Banshee, actually.
You think so? We have double gas right now. That factory's just about done. We're going to know right now, when as soon as this factory finishes, what he's going to do. We're going to get a quick starport, or if he's going to be ultra aggressive.
No, there's going to be a starport follow-up right after this. I don't think... It's not going to be... Yeah, see, there's starport. There's the tech lab. It's going to be Cloaked Banshees.
Yeah, I like that. I think at this point, now that Skorb's a game up, I think he is sort of a little more loose and is now just going to, for better or worse, just sort of throw a build that he likes to use out there, especially with a game up. He's a little more leeway to just be like, well, this is what I'm doing now, deal with it. Again, he's not expanding. He did sort of show that he wanted to, again, to sort of throw Rushers off his game. Rushers, meanwhile, is not going to scout beyond where that Overlord is already positioned in between his natural and his third, over at Skorb's base. And meanwhile, he is just working on some drones and some basic defense with a couple spines.
Yeah, and funny enough, spine crawlers aren't very good against Banshees.
True. No, I heard that.
Yeah, someone told me once, and I didn't believe him at first, but now I do.
To make matters worse, he does have Cloak on the way as well as that first Banshee. And that Banshee is rallied just straight over to right in between, right outside the main of Rushers. So Rushers is not going to see it until he is getting hit in the mouth by these missiles. That will pose a problem for sure.
However, I have to say one of the few things that might save him is he is getting an evolution chamber. His first one just finished. So a spore is possible. However, I'd say unlikely.
You have to put it down right now.
Yeah, he'd have to put it down. Yeah, it's already a little too late. Skorb will be able to target the first one down.
I mean that the queen may be able to buy him some time, but at this point, I'm not so sure. Oh, here we go. Now this is actually very interesting. Rush is going to scout this. He just went straight past his Overlord. For some reason, Skorb went sort of away from the original rally point from his starport and went straight past that Overlord. So Rush was paying attention. He saw it.
If he was paying attention, that's going to be the key here.
And you know what? He's got roaches on the way. I don't see a spore, so I'm not so sure that he saw it. The reaction's not there yet. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt that he saw it, but there's no reaction. There's no spores.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's going to be awfully hard to deal with it now that a closed Banshee's already there.
Yeah, and I have to say, first Banshee's there, second Banshee's on the way, Command Center's on the way for Skorb. He's doing really well. 2 spores going down, two in the main. Yeah, 2 in the main, 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top. And Skorb's just going to try and get as many kills as he can before it shows up. I would like to see him maybe target down these...
Overseer now there, so the Queen's going to take some shots at it as well. But meanwhile, so many... I think he's already paid for itself. He's already got 10 worker kills with that 1 Banshee, so that's already good work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's 500 minerals, roughly.
And now we have the second Banshee now joining the first Banshee, and they are doing work on the Queen in the natural, which doesn't have. It's about to finish a Spore Crawler, so you can position yourself away from it and be okay. Rush right now, probably feeling the heat.
Right, and it looks like he's going to continue with this Banshee production, which I really like. He's just going to keep it up. No siege boat on the way. He does have a siege tank out, but again. He is getting 3 CCs also in his main. There's the third one going down.
Right now, if he could just put down that Nat and then move over to that third while he's doing this. Right now, Skorb is dictating the pace of this game completely.
Oh, absolutely. Going up to a total of 17 workers killed, or 18, 19 workers killed, 20, 21, 22. Just so that everybody knows, 2 Banshees, 1 shot a worker. It takes a single Banshee 2 shots to kill a worker, so...
He does have a third Banshee now sitting outside the main, so at some point he can dual harass. There are a lot of spores up now, so it's going to be a little tricky, but still, at this point, just the money being wasted to remake drones and make spores is already like a huge help for Skorb right now. That Rush is not simply doing anything else more proactive.
Yeah, now fun statistic for you, he's lost 1,450 resources right now. I want to say most of that's minerals, because it was...
Spores and workers don't cost any gas to remake.
Yeah. However, also, all these spores he had to make are drones he could have had, and that's 4 he could have had. Instead, now he has this. So add that on, and Skorb is up in workers.
Payback math.
Look at that. You see that? You will think I'm an idiot.
Skorb right now is finally putting down that second CC at his Nat. That third CC in his main is being turned into an orbital, and right now he is just macroing up. He's got a lot of barracks on the way. At some point, he is going to start really going for the mother load of a push here. He's got multiple tanks, going for a third tank, a handful of Marines with it. He's got 2 engineering base just finished. I assume he's going to start any minute now for his 1-1.
Right, and then when that push comes, he has 2 Banshees in position and a third one ready to go, so he can just hit everywhere at the same time. Once he gets siege mode done, he already has siege mode done. I missed that.
Yep, and meanwhile, Rushers is going right for the infestation pit. He has layer tech. He's got roach tech. He's going for +1 carapace, and he's working on +1 missile attack. He is he's sticking with the roaches. Roaches can't shoot up, so that's still an issue that he's not really addressing.
Yeah, he also is supply block right now as well. So that's a thing. And no overlords on the way either.
Yeah, he's not realizing that, and that is an issue. So I mean, that alone, Skorb is really helping himself with just the harass. Is really causing his opponent issues. He's missing injects. He's missing making overlords. He's being supply blocked. Very, very hard. Still, he still hasn't realized that there are still no overlords in production.
Except for holy creep tumors, Batman.
Yeah, he is spreading his creep pretty well, but again, still hasn't gotten into his 3rd or his 4th, so all those creep tumors are great, but they're still not doing anything yet. They're not giving him any more vision on the map. The overlords that he does have are still not giving him a lot of intel. He's not sacrificing any to get into the Nat or the 3rd, Meanwhile, Skorb is still very much at a dictating pace. He's going add-ons on all of his buildings. None of the starport yet. He is +1/+1 on the way. I'm sorry, just +1 attack, +1 armor, not happening. Hive tech halfway down for rushers. We have a Nidus network on the way. That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
But meanwhile, that may get scouted, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure, though. And it looks like this Roach Warren is going to go down. But he did not scout the... Yeah, he didn't scout it. However...
Banshee is coming back in, but there's good defense in terms of the spore positioning from Rusher, so credit him for that. Ooh, but Skorb finds a way in and it's just picking off, just poking at the, I think he does now get in there to the infestation pit.
Yeah, and now, I mean, 3 queens coming over. No injects on the way. Hive is done, but that's about it. I do want to say another thing also. All these creep tumors, he can't put spine crawlers there. That's a lot of places where a spine crawler can't go.
That's true. Now that scan from Skorb did reveal the Nidus network and the Bangling nest on the way. So Skorb knows what his opponent could be potentially moving with and against him. Meanwhile, Skorb's got his 5 tanks and a bunch of Marines, and he's moving across the map. Now he's splitting up his forces a little bit. I wonder if he means. I assume he means to do this, taking both routes across.
Yeah, I mean he might, but it happens all the time to me when I play. You know, you click the other side, and half of them say I'm going this way, the other half say I'm going that way. Hey, now he's tumors, and he's like, what the actual?
What in the holy hell am I dealing with here? Meanwhile, but he does scan and does see that the 3rd is there, not finished. So the majority of these forces are going to take down these rocks, which is smart, especially with Banlings as it were. You don't want to tunnel up bunch up all your Marines for that to happen. Ooh, Rushers finishes that creep tumor. Be damned to the forces of Skorb.
Yeah, 2 hit points left. It is bleeding.
That Nidus is, oh boy, that Nidus from Rush is about to finish in the main of Skorb. Skorb sees it, it's in plain sight, but it may be too late.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he cares.
Yep.
Because he's just walking through his base.
Yep, and while this engage is going on at the front door, we do have Zerglings and Banelings flooding into Skorb's main. And I'm not gonna lie, the training, Skorb is doing a pretty good job of keeping the Banelings to a minimum in terms of what damage they've done. Right now we're at, and there's the GG. It looks like Skorb was able to do just enough with his push and putting out the fires at his main. Workers killed went up to 18 for Rush, so Rush did do a decent amount of damage there, but he was able to quickly clean up the Nidus in his main, and I don't think Rushers had too many, besides what he threw in there in the first wave, to keep going. So I think Skorb did a good job, and that probably was what won him the game.
Yeah, and I'd have to say good job to Skorb, taking a 2-0 over Rushers. Very well done winning his first set. Hopefully he can make it to